Go right into NVIDIA. I'll admit I missed Jensen up on stage. He does his 8 p.m. Keynote, typically right ahead of the official CES keynote. And but the good news is that the company did bring out some pretty awesome sauce, and they leaned into games, and they rolled out Jeff Fisher, who runs all of the gaming for NVIDIA. We don't see Jeff too often, but a really awesome and mild mannered guy. I've gotten to know him over the last decade, and it's very simple. NVIDIA brought out some new desktop parts, the 3060. Let me scroll down to that. Boy, we read a lot here. Yeah, I brought out the RTX 3060 for desktop, and that's at a lower price. Don't confuse that with the 3060 Ti. And they also brought out RTX for mobile. Imagine that. And I don't mean mobile the phone. I mean mobile as in gaming laptops. And we talked about Intel and how they were doing power sloshing together, moving power between CPU and GPU. And this was a pretty big announcement here. I got hit a lot on, hey, well, can they ship it? And here's my statement without, I'm not NVIDIA. You're going to have to ask NVIDIA. But the ability to ship a wafer is dependent on a lot of things. And one thing is the size of it. The smaller the chip, the more die per wafer. And typically the smaller the chip, the more good die per wafer that come out of the oven. And mobile is definitely smaller. So I'm expecting that. And the 3060, there must be something about that design that gives confidence to NVIDIA. It probably has less rasterization units. That's my first observation, which theoretically could mean that you can get more cookies out of the oven.
Yeah, there was a lot going on there, and definitely, the strong focus on notebooks and taking technology that has been powering some of the more comprehensive desktop units, making them available in their notebook portfolio. I think that was something that got really people fired up. NVIDIA obviously and continually holds a very strong sort of core gaming community, Pat. They're sought after and looked after. The only thing, that maybe gets more attention than NVIDIA when it comes to gaming is the games themselves. So a very strong slate. And I know you're gonna make the case for AMD after this, because AMD also has a pretty strong following there. But before we do jump over to AMD, Pat, because I just want to wrap up one last thing is, NVIDIA did have a fairly impressive set of announcements slated around their ADAS and mobile and autonomous vehicles. One of the things that definitely caught my attention, by the way, and I think it's worth everyone checking out, was the MBUX cockpit. And I don't know how many of you saw that, but that's the Mercedes-Benz. They launched a 56-inch AI-driven nerve center in partnership with NVIDIA. And this thing was pretty darn impressive. And if you get the chance, go check that out. It's the future of what you're going to see when you step into your vehicle, especially if you're a Mercedes-Benz driver. And one other thing of interest too was there was an announcement of a teaming up. I don't know if you're following, Pat. I follow them because they've had one of the fastest growing stocks of the year, but that was NIO. And actually Qualcomm and NVIDIA partnering up to deliver the kind of core ADAS and AI and automation technology for the future of the company's the core AI and compute that's going to power NIO's vehicles.